Welcome back to the Greenhorn Photo Taker for day 2 of the Death Valley, Alabama Hills road trip. I just walked maybe a mile into the sand dunes at Mesquite Flat, and I am ready for sunrise. Let's see what happens. Yesterday was a bit of a strange day, so I wanted to make sure that I got up early. Got up at like 4:50, drove the 10 minutes to the sand dunes and started hiking out with my headlamp and found a likely enough spot. You can't really tell composition in the dark. Picked out several of the higher dunes and then picked out one that seemed to be furthest away from the sunrise so that I could capture some other dunes within the sunrise area, viewing area as well. And now it is just a waiting game. Let's see, what time is it actually? So I have about a half hour, but you can tell already there's this like haze in the air, and I'm very interested to see what that looks like. I mean, it's no matter where I look, it's pretty awesome right now. So yeah, let's make today great and make the most of day 2. Just to give you the sense of where I am, that area of light is actually Stovepipe Wells. That's where my hotel is, my motel is. So it's not very far at all to drive to the dunes and take advantage. Boy, even the shot behind me looks... I wish that was in front of me, but it's too late to change now. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble processing the moment. It's like something that I've definitely waited for a long time in my mind, you know? Being out in a national park basically by myself and sunrise shoot, walking out in the dark for a sunrise shoot. And I'm in one of the most iconic locations in the States right now. And it just hit me how, look at that sun. It just hit me how lucky I am. What a feeling. What a feeling. There are probably, I hear voices from one other section, and I saw some headlamps further down. So let's say there's 8 of us out here right now. It's pretty darn special. I'm going to end up moving my camera direction for sure, but right now my favorite composition is not the sunrise. It's perpendicular to the sunrise. And I guess it could still be pretty cool. Once the sun pops over this mountain over here, if I scan it back to the left, I should get some pretty great shadows up on those dunes. So that is one option. And I'll be spinning around like a madman, I know it, not like a real photographer. The second option, of course, is sunrise direct. And the third option, I just really love that mountain range too. Maybe with the sun coming over from this way, we'll get some directional light there as well. Because there is that cloud up on top that is looking pretty sweet to me right now too. So the waiting game has begun. The only really mistake here, let me punch in. I didn't see it in the dark. Someone left this wonderful stick right in the dune that I'll have to edit out. Ugh, that's so annoying. There you go. That's my location as of 5:45 a.m. You know you're close when the breeze starts to pick up ever so slightly. Classic Lou. I moved a couple hundred feet. I noticed there were some leftover sand ripples right in what could be the foreground. So I had to quick move and reset everything up. I don't know if the composition's better, but it was one of those moments where you just have to trust your instinct and go for it. All right, any moment now, things are really lighting up. And this is where things took a really quick turn towards panic. As soon as the sun peeked over those mountains, the dunes lit up in this orange glow like you cannot believe. And I had to act like a mad person because I found, 74 other compositions I had to shoot, not just the one I was worried about in the earlier moments. So, yeah, it was wonderful. These pictures are just a handful of my favorites. I particularly like the ones with the orange glow. But any direction I was looking, there was something for me to spot. My two favorites, this is the person walking down from his heights for the sunrise at one of the tallest dunes around. So you can see his path as he was walking up and down. And the second one is more of a concept photo. This is not obviously what the dunes look like, but playing around with the sliders, I really love this image. Especially the glow on some of the, I'll call it mica, but I have no idea why some of those crystals of sand glow more than others, but they really stood out to me. And that's how day 2 started. Quite incredible, quite amazing, and absolutely one of my favorite photography moments of all time. And now the trek west to Father Crowley Overlook and eventually Lone Pine and the Sierra Nevadas.
Always nervous with the real thing. Mind is changing like a mood ring. Jumping every time the phone rings. 'Cause your mind's off of me.
I wish I was recording in the car. When I looked out the window and saw the snow-capped peak up above Panamint Springs, that has to be the Sierra Nevadas, which means this is my first glimpse, which means this is awesome. I cannot believe it. I don't know why I can't believe it. This is exactly what I came for. And it's so funny because, this is not, well, it's a fine shot, whatever. It's nothing close to how glorious it'll be once I get to Alabama Hills. But I'm still a kid. So yesterday was a bit of a slog, but I have to tell you, ever since sunset last night, I am having the absolute time of my life, and the trip is really meeting expectations. Even here, we're about 4,000 feet in between Death Valley and Panamint Valley. And man, it's about, 68 degrees. The sun is very strong. I need some sunscreen. But the weather is just gorgeous. It is so different than yesterday sitting in Death Valley with 102 degrees and really questioning my sanity. And what we have on tap for the rest of the day is slowly making our way another 65 miles to Alabama Hills. And I'm gonna have stops along the road, just like this one, to see what I can sneak out. I know this is not great photography weather. It is, boy, there are clouds in the sky, but obviously it's bright sun and, midday. 10 a.m., but throughout the day it'll be midday type of sun. But that's okay. This is exactly what I wanted. Tonight, just like last night, we'll focus on true landscape photography, but for now we're going to enjoy every darn moment. I'm even in front of a camera on a public road as cars drive by. Who would have thought?
Live in the spectrum that we can't see. Crying tears that cry, but take your mind off me, yeah. Your fake friends, they go out dancing, but you're too busy.
Man, what a view. Quite amazing. So we're at Father Crowley Overlook, and man, this is a special place. Most people just stop for some reason at the parking lot. And Star Wars Canyon, which I'll show you a picture of now, very cool, but it does not have the open, expansive view if you take this small dirt road down a hill. I guess people might not feel comfortable in some cars, but with any type of normal clearance SUV, don't need a truck. It's quite passable. And what you see is this expansive Panamint Valley behind me. And what I love is also picking out, I think it's Route 190, as it curves through not only the hills, but across Panamint Valley and up towards Town Pass on the Death Valley side. Um, I don't know, it's wonderful. I can't imagine being here in landscape photography hours. It's about 65 degrees. It's so wonderful. Words cannot describe how much better of an experience this section of the country is in April than July. Anyway, I was hoping to get a glimpse. Hey, buddy. There's a crow right above me. Let's see if he gets in the frame. I guess that's a hawk, a vulture. Not a great sign when the vulture is hovering over you. I was hoping to get a glimpse of the Sierra Nevadas, but obviously, if I'm looking at Panamint Springs, the mountains are that way. So I think it's just a mile or two away, and I'll get the full glory of the Sierra Nevadas, the full glory of the range of light. So let's pause for now, hop back in the car. Sorry, this bird is just right here. Hey, bud. There you go. That should be in sight. And let's get to the next destination. Lone Pine's only about 50 miles away. We'll take it from there.
Every circuit in your heart sings, keeps your mind off of me. Take your mind off of me a little while.
So it looks like, for the sake of the Joshua Tree, I'm going to overcome my irrational, well, maybe not irrational, fear of scorpions and rattlesnakes, and just walk through this little area of brush with my eyes peeled as we go say hi to those Joshua trees. Looks like other people have been here before, so I'm just gonna follow that same path. Well, we are marching ever closer. Behind me, I guess, are two of my favorite things in life: the Joshua Tree and the Sierra Nevadas. Yeah, we are taking our time. I just can't stop pausing at some of these wonderful locations. I really had no recollection of this really small area of Joshua Tree Grove, in the middle of the high desert. I guess just the zone that they can live in between the heat of the valley, and I don't believe there are many at all in Lone Pine. Who knows? I could be making all this up. But I don't think there are any in Lone Pine. I think it is just this one little area. So I couldn't help but stop and pause and take a photo.
Place, I saw you smile. When it all changes, makes me wanna cry, but take your mind off me, yeah.
So I'm not religious, man, but some days you just believe in God. I don't know how else to put it. trying not to be emotional here, but in my trip out west with both my daughters, we took a trip down the same road to Lone Pine and drove up to Whitney Portal and had like a really magical time up there. It was the perfect weather, just a beautiful scene, a golden hour. And that whole scenic drive I put to a tune. I think it was Band of Horses' Funeral. And sure enough, as I am approaching the first real true view of the Sierra Nevadas, that song comes on. And as I turn the bend, the beat drops, like on the moment. On the moment, I looked out the window and saw the whole range with Joshua trees right in front of it. Like, how does that happen? It shouldn't happen. I'm getting excited. It really shouldn't happen. So anyway, the greatest day of my life, photography and adventure-wise, continues. And let me show you what I just came across.
Really too late to call, so we wait for morning to wake you is all we got. But to know me as hardly golden is to know me all wrong. They would. At every occasion, I'll be ready for the funeral. Every occasion, once more, it's called the funeral. Every occasion, oh, I'm ready for the funeral. Every occasion, oh, 1 billion day funeral. I'm coming up only to show you down for, and coming up only to show you wrong. To the outside, the dead leaves lay on the lawn, for they died
See those rocks behind me? That was the exact spot I was standing in on the California road trip with both my daughters, and I said I would return one April. And here I am. I believe it was 2 years ago. So 2 years later, I have returned. And I'm scouting. I'm looking for sunrise, sunset locations. And just to orient everyone, behind me is Mount Whitney and the Sierra Nevadas. To the other side of me is east. So the sun will set on that side and rise on this side. So I think this is probably a better sunrise location. I think it would look really great to see the first rays of light touching upon the peaks of the Sierra Nevadas as the sun rises behind the Inyo Mountains to my left. So I think that's what I'm gonna scout now. This is the Ironman Jericho location. I don't know if this gets crowded at sunrise, sunset, we'll have to see. But this is the exact spot in the Ironman movie where that huge explosion went off in the beginning when Tony was trying to sell those arms. So let's do a little scouting and let's see where I can get to. Don't love this in the dark. All right, and look at that, this little worm feature looks like a good leading line too. Yeah, so what do you think? Leading line off into the multiple layers of mountains, Snow Peak. Oh, look at that, right in front of us. Right in front of us, I guess here, I can't really see, is Whitney Portal Road. That is currently closed as they wait for some more snow to melt. This is perfect. And then even along the right hand, why is this place not crowded? I don't understand. And even along down the right, this whole area could light up interestingly. So this is my location for sunrise. Okay, but again, so if the sun sets right over here, would that be a good sunset location as well? I don't think so. I'm gonna drive around a bit for the sunset. So this is one of the more unique places I've ever even heard of, let alone had a chance to visit. I don't understand why there aren't more people here. I mean, this is just as scenic in its own right as Death Valley. Very strange. So I think that'll do good. We'll make that our morning shooting location tomorrow, and let's go find somewhere to shoot tonight. I am definitely starting to slow down. Maybe it was my cheeseburger lunch, but I'm looking forward to checking at the hotel. So today was about as full of a day of photography as you could possibly have. And I just wanted to spend a minute and reminisce on it. It seems so long ago, but from the photo shoot this morning in the Mesquite Flat sand dunes, man, sunrise in the dunes was great. And then just trekking west along Route 190 and maybe 135. It doesn't matter what the road is. That's the whole point. Trekking west, I had so much fun finding different locations and just taking at the camera. Even if some of the views weren't as exquisite as Death Valley or one I'm surrounded by right now, it was just a joy to drive and shoot and drive and shoot and drive and shoot and turn around when I wanted to and go back to a place I missed. It was just a very easy day. And then scouting the hills was fun too. And it drew me to this just crazy location that I'm patiently awaiting sunset. Probably got here a little early. I was definitely worried about other people taking spots. And there is one other car in the vicinity here. But man, it's just I just can't imagine why there's not more people here. So I panicked a bit. And now I just sit back and wait. I have some water in the car. I have a couple of snacks that I can go through. And that's really how this evening's going to go. Even now, I'm looking behind me. That this cloud formation has been here all day. Isn't that cool? And that's been persistent since I got here around 12:30. This place is just so quiet. I am trying to stay out of the sun for a bit. Definitely hot. You know, it is interesting now that I think about it. You know, back home, like even when there's no road noise, which is never, you hear the wind in the trees, the crickets, or birds or squirrels. This is true and utter silence. I must have experienced it at one point in my life, but I can't remember when. I hear an occasional mosquito fly by. And that's it. Here's some wind. And then that dies down because I'm in this little bit of a... There we go. Some noise. This video is going to be 9 hours long. So be it. I'm not leaving stuff out for pacing. I'm just showing it all. And quiet. Nothing. Amazing. The countdown continues. It is 6:10 p.m. and I don't know, I have 2 inches of sky left. It's starting to look pretty darn cool. That's why I started shooting again. I think these clouds, this is the one facing south. I showed you the one facing north before. I think they're going to be the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they light up at all. And there goes the last of the fleeting light. I can see a little bit still on top of Mount Lone Pine. And I'm just getting the last of it. Wow, what an incredible few minutes. I mean, that sun went down so fast. Wow, that was crazy. But, see, there's still a little bit light up there. It must be sneaking through. I can't show you on this thing. But it's sneaking through two of the peaks and kind of on a diagonal angle, leaving a little bit of the Mount Lone Pine on the front, still a little bit bathed in light.
Always nervous with the real thing. Mind is changing like a mood ring. Jumping every time the phone rings. 'Cause your mind's off of me. Families faking on the TV, living the spectrum that we can't see, crying tears that we don't believe.
The last light left. Now, as kind of expected, the pinks and oranges of sunset just didn't happen yet. And I don't know when it will happen, but I can't leave until I at least find out what happened to that one cloud that I'm falling in love with. Let's end the day here. I moved a little down the road so I could see this cloud formation uninterrupted and still maybe catch some colors in them. But that doesn't appear to be happening. If you listen closely though, you might be able to hear some frogs. What a day. Thanks for watching. Get out and explore.